They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frakkin Nerds, episode number 288. I'm your host, Doc Martin, and joining me on the show today, I don't know, I'm looking up and I'm trying to decide which one I should go to. You know what? He doesn't have the green screen up. Nope. I'm going to go up with this guy. Shit. I just did something different than I wasn't expecting to do. I've added you to my pin. They must have updated this fucking software. All right, hold on. I'm going to remove the pin and bring him back. It's our own Joshua Carabella from the East Coast.
Yeah, you're supposed to open up with the man from the East Coast. I'm a little...
I know. I was.
Well, you're rusty.
And then I clicked the add to pin, and I was like, "Oh fuck, he's with me now." So welcome.
You're rusty as fuck, man. Like, look at that.
Well, it's been like a month, I think, since we've done another show. Over a month, because I think we did it right before Christmas, and then just somebody decided to get sick, and we've been since then. But you've been doing well.
Yeah, I've been doing good.
Oh, well, thanks for being a part of the show, Josh. Are you with us today? Are you blitzing? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm blitzing.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, I'm good. Got a spontaneous day off from work because, like Chris Class, I work in the hospital, and I found out I got exposed to COVID, so I had to take a test. But I took the vaccine, so it's like...
you haven't gotten your second shot yet, right?
No, I got my second shot. My exposure happened the day before I got my second shot. So I was just like, what do you guys want me to do? And they're like, and I was like, you want me to go home? They're like, yeah, let's see what your results say. Stay home. I'm like, all right. Day off for me, 3-day weekend. So,
yeah, no, I was expecting you to be at work, and then I see the lovely cream-colored background with no green screen.
Yeah.
And then he goes, you're just bougie with your fucking background. That's why you wanted a green screen. And
Look. I'm not the one who goes, look at my camera. Look at my background. Look, everything's nice.
Hey, I'm very happy. I've got what in essence is the cost of a Mr. Sinister for the Marvel Strike Force back there in my arcade. Oh, then Class pops up. Yes, the man who decided to get COVID before he got his vaccine. It's our own Chris Class. So I'm glad to see you on the living side.
I am glad to be on the living side, man. I tell you what, I was supposed to get my vaccine the week that I got diagnosed with COVID. And, yep. I got exposed on a Monday night. I had no clue, or I have no doubt about it, because the patients, I was around 2 patients that would not keep their fucking mask on. And, yeah, they had it really bad, and the next thing I know, I'm getting off work Thursday morning, essentially, about 4 in the morning. I started having this dry cough. By Saturday, my dick was in the dirt, man. I was knocked down hard for like 4 weeks, man. It was rough. So Happy New Year. This is the first Nerds of the New Year.
Yes, you're right. You're able to get out there afterwards and do some hunting. So remember, if you're wanting to see all the cool stuff that Class is hunted down, Craven the Hunts. You can find him on Twitter, YouTube.
That's right.
Are you on Facebook? No, you're not. You fucking hate
Facebook.
No,
I don't. Facebook,
I don't fuck with Facebook, man. But yeah, I just dropped a new video today, episode 11, first one of the new year. I actually just went recorded everything for episode 12, so I'm gonna try to drop a couple back to back, make up for some lost time. So yeah, we'll go ahead and for our Frakkin Nerds viewers. An exclusive. This is one of the things I bought. So I know Doc doesn't like when I pull shit up on screen and like hold it up, but there's a little sneak peek. Bought a Secret Wars vintage Kang the Conqueror.
Very cool. What'd that take you back to?
Dude, I got it for fucking $20.
Wow.
So yeah.
What did that go for online though?
About 35, 40. Out of all the Secret Wars,
okay.
it's definitely like the peg warmer. Like, but I don't have any, and so like that's like I was talking to the guy about it, and he was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Do you have any of them?" And I had an Iron Man in my hand. It said like $40, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this all day." But whoever got it took everything out and then like tried to reseal it.
Oh shit!
And I was like, "Don't give me that shit." And so I was glad that the guy was up front with me, but he was like, I do have one that is mint on card. Not really mint on card, but it is on card. And so I was like, I'll take it. So this is my very first one. I have plenty of them loose. This is my first one that it's actually on the card.
And who knows?
With the worth more though, right?
Well, it might be worth more also with the movie coming out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
not a lot of people know of the character that are not huge into comic books, and if he becomes, Thanos kind of size, he's gonna be worth something.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it with him being in an Ant-Man movie, but we'll see.
But that could be the start of him showing up.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Joshua. Well, on today's show,
Who's Mr. Negativity?
I know. On today's show, Batman is joining the Scooby Gang. 2021 is giving us a GameStop movie. And we're getting a Buck Rogers reboot one way or another. But first, Apple is rumored to have a VR headset that might have 8K display, and it's looking to cost $3,000. Now, myself, I just picked up the Oculus Quest 2. I'm trying to talk Joshua into picking it up because it's actually very enjoyable if you've never played it. But yes, so no, Joshua, you should definitely try it.
I don't want to go blind faster. Sorry.
What are you going to use a lot of VR porn? Is what we're saying?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, that's if you've not tried VR. I mean, it's.
He's about to say VR porn.
Yeah. If you've tried VR porn, it's very good too.
I mean, why else would you have it? You know?
Well, to play games, but yeah,
I mean,
they need
really,
to. My problem is they need to shoot a little bit further back. It's way too right up on your eyes, and it's bothering. So they're going to be coming out with a $3,000, I guess, two 8K displays. It's supposed to allow you also for people to see what you're seeing. I think in the visor maybe is what I'm reading. It seems like a lot of overkill when you can buy an Oculus Quest for like $300. A lot of the higher end VR headsets are around $900 to $1,000.
Typical Apple.
Yeah, it feels like you're paying for the Apple price tag on
that. $500 for headphones. Fuck you.
Is that how much they cost for those little iPods?
No, they came out with versions like this, and
Yeah.
They're $500, almost $600.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, and I was gonna buy them, but I was like, I got talked out of it by a co-host of the show.
Well, oh wait, you still had problems with those ones you got?
Yeah, I still have fucking problems with these. I should just got fucking apples.
Well, remember he hates everything Apple, so
yeah, he does. Yeah.
So here's to Kennedy, who hates every Apple thing. So
thanks, Kennedy. Great purchase.
Where's he been, man? Haven't seen that dude around.
He keeps having children, and so he's busy.
Having kids.
Did he have his second kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where were you?
I mean, I've been here. He hasn't. So it's like, I guess, yeah, I've been out like 5 weeks.
Sip the tea. I've been here. Where's he been at?
It's coffee. Oh, East Coast. It's coffee, but yeah.
Maryland. Yeah, go Terps.
Represent.
Well, fans of Back to the Future might remember a little car that shows up in there, the old DeLorean, which was created by John DeLorean. It was like his biggest one. If you remember, the doors kind of came out and everything else. They put on the flux capacitor, which made it go back in time, go into the future. Well, and then I guess the guy had a big drug habit and pretty much lost all the money, if you ever seen the documentary. But now it looks like the rights to the DeLorean have been purchased, and now they're thinking of bringing it back as an electric car coming back. I don't know.
The year 2021 is the year we ran out of ideas.
I don't know, but class, you grew up on Back to the Future. You would buy a DeLorean if you had the ability, wouldn't you?
Well, man, like I just think like if you're gonna buy a DeLorean, buy an old DeLorean. Like, don't buy a new one. Because like that's kind of the.
What if it looks like the old school Back to the Future?
Yeah, I mean, if it looks
and
like
it's newer, it's gonna run. Yeah,
if it's newer, I mean, if it looks exactly like that, and at least for the most part, and I mean, yeah, it's a car from 1984 as opposed to a car from 2021. Obviously, like the way it runs, and I'm sure everything is way smoother. So it's like, as long as it still looks like it, not just the doors going up, but as long as it looks like that. Obviously, you need to have like the flux capacitor in the background.
Yeah.
Like that has to be part of it.
I mean, how cool because you know how a Tesla has those big screens, like
yeah,
it does the old school with you can put in the dates and everything else.
Yeah.
And on the back, you could throw on the flux capacitor. I think it would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah.
That'd be
People
cool. I mean,
would get made fun of mercifully.
No, they wouldn't. People are like, that's badass. I would be like,
people like, we're gonna throw things at this car, like.
Dude, that's a big thing though. Like a lot of people have the old school, like the DeLorean. I mean, that's like, I don't want to say a lot of people, but like if I don't know, I know of a couple people personally that have one. So like two.
like the
Let's go.
car, the actual
Yeah,
car,
the
or-
actual car. Yeah.
And let me ask you a question, class.
Mhm.
Did you ever take a picture with the car?
No.
Then you really didn't give a shit about the DeLorean. I rest my case. There you go.
Well, I haven't been in the vicinity of it. I just know about it
But
from
you've
online.
got people that like buy like the James Bond car, like
Yeah, they're called rich people with money.
yeah. But if they make it at a good price,
No.
I mean, I know I'm not a rich person with money, but
Oh, turn around! Look at your fucking arcade you got set up.
Yeah,
People may disagree with that.
yeah, that's all that is the cost of a Mr. Sinister, sorry, and Marvel Strike Force is those two things right there.
Those are fucking awesome, though, Doc.
Yes.
I thought you had a turtles.
Do what?
I thought you had turtles too.
I do not have turtles, but if I was, my next one is the NBA Jam.
Yeah, that's out now, man.
I
fucking ringer.
I won a turtles and I won a Marvel. I was kind of against it about 6 months ago when we were talking about it initially, and I totally won a turtles and I won the Marvel versus Capcom.
Okay, yeah.
You're party at class's house.
Yeah, let's roll out. Dude,
everybody's ass.
I mean, I want to fucking come party at Doc's, man. That looks incredible. Yeah, Mortal Kombat, what is that? Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 1 and 2?
Ultimate.
And Ultimate?
Yeah, Ultimate.
Then you got Rampage, Joust.
Playing in the back, yeah. Rampage, Joust, Gauntlet, and Defender.
Dude, just don't invite Lenny over because he'll kill us in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, oh man, when we went to Rec Bar, which is here in Louisville, that man is just like, I was like, I've never seen anybody play Mortal Kombat the way he does. He's just like,
really,
he's got the timing down and he knows how to work the system. Like he knows, like you got to fool the computer. Go, oh, I think you're gonna jump, and then he just like, nope, and then he makes the guy.
I put it to you like this, class. He ain't fucking have to do a continue. That's it.
No. Wow. He puts in a quarter and he's like,
like we every time he played a fucking fighting game, he put a quarter in. He like it was just for shits and giggles with Mortal Kombat and Tekken Tag. And he's like, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like I barely fucking know how to play video games. This guy is a fucking. He can see the fucking the Matrix code. It's amazing.
If you've not seen El Rock, I think he's got a Twitch channel. I think he's probably got YouTube videos up also. He does speed running of a lot of games, and I think he's the Turtle in Time. He's like the #1 speedrunner, I think.
He's got a #1 world record.
Yeah, he's got some world records.
Wow.
So he used to be on this show, and he was just like, I'm too busy. I got a speed run.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
I can tell you his channel is LRock617 on Twitch.
I tell you what, Joust is a very underrated game. I'm so glad they threw that on the out of all those games that you described on the right hand, my right, what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
The Rampage arcade set, Joust that was always one of my favorite games, man. Very simple, very basic, a fucking beautiful game, man. I always thought that was beautifully done.
My favorite one was like the Mortal Kombat series, Rampage, Ghost and Goblins, and then NBA Jams. That's why, and they do have a Ghost and Goblins, but the rest of the games on there are shitty. That's why I'm like NBA Jams, and I got home and I got the little risers because actually they're not as tall as what you're seeing in the background.
Sure.
And I said, oh, they got the NBA Jam, and she was like, you don't need that, and I was like yeah, I need that.
Yeah. Do you have the stools?
Yeah, they had turtle stools there, and I was like, oh man, those are fucking nice. So, awesome. But I don't have the turtle game, so I'm not. If anything, I'd buy the NBA Jam one whenever I get the series.
Yeah.
But I really want that.
I gotta get that rematch.
You got your ass whooped, and I played fucking Atlanta teams. That's how bad you got your ass whooped. Anyway,
you get blown out. You just beat me by like
I know,
less than 10. But I didn't know you could switch up them at the halftime. That's how much I knew about NBA. He's like subbing, and I'm like, you can sub people? I didn't know
I'm gonna put in Stacey Augman, all right, and keep Dominique Wilkins. All right, okay. Going forward, Netflix is testing a timer feature to pause a title after a certain period of time. They seem to be doing a lot of these mobile, which I don't understand. And again, I bet Joshua is one of those people that will listen to the audio version of a show just because he doesn't have time to watch it or anything like that.
No. See, don't do that. I didn't say that. You fucking moron. I said I can see why people do that, but I just play it in the background on my TV. So, like, I don't understand. like what the big deal is if somebody just wants to listen to it on the like when they're sleeping. I don't fucking know. People are weird, so don't do
But
it.
see, that's what I don't understand about now that doing a 15, 30, and a 45. Like either A, they're like so that you can you know stop yourself from watching. But like if I've got 15 minutes to watch a show, I set an alarm or something like that, or I just don't watch the fucking show. Like I'm sorry, I don't need to be like, oh, I need to be doing something else. No.
So that's what the feature is for Netflix, the reminders to watch the show?
No, not reminders, but to stop the show. Like if you're like, okay, I've only got 30 minutes and Bridgerton is coming and I want to watch an episode of Bridgerton, but I don't have an hour to watch it, so give me 30 minutes.
So you need the fucking Netflix to do that instead of you as a person?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just it makes no sense.
That's
like,
pretty ridiculous.
That's stupid. Like this is Wall-E. This is becoming Wall-E. It'll be right before our very eyes.
Yeah, like if I got like, okay, I've got 45 minutes before I got to do something, then I set an alarm. Like it's not hard to set an alarm. Like, or I just like, okay, I've got 45 minutes. I'm watching a 45-minute show and I'm good to go.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
It's just there's always these weird Netflix like, hey, we're doing this now, and I'm like, who is asking?
Maybe that's for like a blind person or something. Like, oh, it's been 30 minutes, so tell you
Why would a blind person be watching something on TV?
Well, no, because they got the thing where you can listen to the audio, and I'm just like,
yeah.
And Kennedy was like, yeah, I would definitely do that, and I was just like, why? It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, for certain people, like, you know, when I was younger, I would record episodes of South Park and listen to it at school and on my headset, so I could see. Yeah, so I could see why people do that, but it's just like, why do you need something to remind you, hey, it's 30 minutes, stop watching?
That's what I don't understand.
Like, I don't.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Netflix is just trying to raise prices. We had that, so.
So that's the reason why you should be paying $17 a month for our service.
I don't even know how much I paid for Netflix. I totally forgot.
Isn't it $13.99 now?
For just streaming?
Yeah, I think streaming
so.
like maybe
Somebody asked me too, and I was like, I bullshitted. I was like, yeah, I think so. Do they still send out DVDs?
No.
Oh, man.
They stopped?
Oh, yeah, long time ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. I told them, yeah, they have to.
No,
what about those people? Well, no, because what about people in rural areas that don't get high bandwidth capabilities?
Then you don't get Netflix. That's what it is.
Excuse me, Doc. The fucking elitist over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck them. Redbox, motherfucker.
Yeah, move to a closer fucking city and do that. All right. Well, with the big GameStop fiasco that happened about 2 weeks ago, and Joshua jumping on Bitcoin and Dogbert, whatever the fuck that was from Kennedy.
I didn't get dog whatever it was.
Yeah, apparently that lasted like a day and then it died really quick. And
yeah, it died.
The guy who created it was just like, what the fuck's going on? Why is everybody all of a sudden just? If you don't know what was happening, apparently a lot of people on Reddit who do Wall Street bets decided they were just gonna bump up the cost of what a GameStop stock was, because there's the thing is when a stock really starts to become shitty, it's called short selling, and it's where hedge funds will go and borrow against these stocks, and if they drop down, they then can buy the stock at the lower price. But if it goes up, they have to pay whoever they borrowed from that new thing. And so it screwed over a lot. And I think that's great that it screwed over a lot of these people. Which the funny part is I feel like GameStop was just like, they love us. They really like us. What? They want us to succeed. But no, it was the internet fucking with you and hedge funds. And they even were doing it with AMC. So now because of this whole fiasco, HBO has now got the rights to do the documentary series. And they feel like it's going to be kind of like on the Fire Festival, kind of how like messed up everything is. I don't think there was a guy who needed to suck off a guy to get water or something like that.
Totally two completely different things, though.
I know. Like, that's why when they described it as kind of being like the fire, it's like, no, that's like a total fiasco that happened. But this was just interesting that
now
it went that direction.
With that, one thing I thought about doing is I'm trying to get into options as opposed to like stocks. And when you do that, you can put in like a call where you expect the stocks to rise, or you can put in a put to where you expect it to drop. And so that's one thing I was like, man, I need to put in some puts for GameStop, because there's no way it's going to go from like $13 or whatever it is a share. It was as low as $2 like a year ago, a share. When you get options, you have the option to buy 100 of these shares. So it's a much cheaper way to get it anyway. For those of you, I don't know, you sound like you probably know about options, Doc.
Not really, but
it's kind of
reading up on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's something I'm planning on like really beating up or getting into a whole lot in 2021. But by going in and buying the put where you expect it to drop, that's why I was like, dude, that's like a no-brainer, because there's no way this is going to sustain itself at $300 a share or whatever. I don't even know what it's going for right now, because it's dropping, right?
Hold on, let me check. I got my portfolio right here, you know?
Hey, there you go.
You're saying for GameStop?
GameStop. I mean, I do have it on like
I have $63. It looks like right now.
$63, dude. You could have been like
$400.
Yeah, at one point.
Like, did you hear about the kid in Atlanta where like his mom like a couple years ago bought him GameStop stock for Christmas or whatever, and then because of what it turned into, he had like $3,000 that they got out of it.
I heard another story. A guy put out a second mortgage on his parents' house, which I don't know how
the GameStop stock
to buy GameStop, and it worked out for him. But I was like, how the fuck was he able to put out a second mortgage on his parents' house?
Yeah, how do you sign that over?
Like
unless they put him as like he's in charge of their finance.
I would have hoped. Right. I would assume so, because I'm like, whoever fucking like gave that was a moron. And I know there was another kid that did it, and the money he got back, he bought like video Nintendo Switches for like a bunch of kids in his community.
That was really good. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But
that's what he did with his profits.
Yeah. Well, some of his profits.
Nice. Yeah. But pocket a lot of them.
You said there's a documentary, but Netflix is gonna make a movie about this.
I don't know. Yeah, HBO is supposed to be doing a documentary about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Netflix. Netflix is also in talks to be doing a major movie with it. Yes,
which is fucking nuts, because this happened 2 weeks ago, and already they want to make movies and documentaries.
I know. Yeah,
like this is nuts.
They said they've already been doing like the HBO people have already been doing the interviews and everything. Like they're already getting the stuff. But it's like by the time it comes out, is it really going to be interesting to watch?
I think so, because it's kind of like a big FU to the fucking Wall Street people. And I think it's funny. And I hope they interview that fucking old guy that was on MSNBC say these people with their checks spending their money frivolously. This is bullshit.
Isn't that exactly what they were like? We were giving you these stimulus checks to like help boost the economy. And so like we're putting it right back into the system, and it's but it was screwing over all these people that I know what you mean.
All these rich people that don't want poor, because basically this was what it was: poor people making money and beating them at their own system.
And they're like,
no, you
to the
poor
point.
People have money.
Hey, you guys figured this out, and we don't like y'all.
Yeah.
To the point, some apps like Robinhood, like I use TD Ameritrade.
They were shutting down.
Yeah, Robinhood was like saying like, nope, you can't do that. And it's like, wow, how can you really do that?
They're not. They're being sued.
They were selling stock without permission. They were like, oh, we sold the stock for you, even though you didn't give us permission. And I'm like, how the fuck? How do you condone that?
Yeah,
like that was crazy.
That is insane, man. It doesn't make sense.
2021 started off with it just kind of showed like America's really fucking rich people up here, poor people down there. Like this is a perfect example.
Just the second game of or the game plus of 2020.
It's the DLC of 2020.
Yeah, it really is. It's gonna get weirder than what you expected.
The DLC.
The DLC. Wow.
Well, kids growing up in the late 70s might have remembered a show called Buck Rogers. It was a guy who,
space?
He was
not space. He got like frozen or something like that, and then like 500 years in the future wakes up. And
no, I thought he went to space.
I thought Buck Rogers was in space, but maybe
he got suspended in animation and then woke up 500 years later. to a different world. They did a South Park episode about that too, where he was waiting.
Yeah, it was
for
God
Xbox or
Zero,
something like
whatever.
that.
Yeah, with
Yes.
the fucking Wii that he
That
from.
was the
I
Wii,
didn't know
yeah.
that was. I didn't know that was based on Buck Rogers. I thought
Yeah,
that was
it
like
was.
another show.
They did. If you go back and watch it and see Buck Rogers open, it's exactly what they did in the South Park.
I just remember the Gary Coleman episode. That's about it.
No. Well, the character was actually created in the 1928, and then the guy who created Battlestar Galactica, the original one, brought it in 79. And so they are currently working on a movie to do this, Skydance, and actually has the rights, because that'll be an interesting point when we come back later in the show, that they have the rights to do this. So right now they're working on a movie version of Battlestar Galactica. Joshua, did you watch Battlestar? Or is
just sat out here and watched one episode.
Okay.
And it was the Gary Coleman episode.
No, it does.
And that was Buck Rogers. I never saw the Battlestar Galactica of yesteryear and the one that was recent. Like everybody loved it on Sci-Fi, where they was. Like,
I love the reboot of Battlestar to the very end, and then the very end is like, oh, this is a Game of Thrones fucking ending. This is bullshit. This is fucked up. And now they're talking about doing a remake again of Battlestar.
See, 2021, we ran out of ideas.
Speaking of continuation of ideas, Cloverfield is actually getting a sequel. Not these 10 Cloverfield Lane or Cloverfield Paradox. This is actually going to be a follow-up to the original Cloverfield movie.
Wasn't the second one, though? Like, the monsters were in there, but it was just basically John Goodman holding people hostage for their own good?
Yes, correct. But they show it with spoilers. They show up at the very end.
The monsters.
That one was awesome because it had Ramona Flowers in it. So.
Oh, well, that's true. Yes. And he's talking about the 10 Clover Lane.
Yeah.
Lane, yeah. No, that's a very good movie because it's a movie about gaslighting people, controlling them, and then telling. Yeah, if you go back and watch it, it's a dysfunctional relationship, gaslighting. The Cloverfield Paradox, and then also the one about like World War II, that was supposed to be connected in some way or another, but not. But it had the zombies.
Not that fucking. Like I know what you're talking about. Overlord.
Overlord. Yeah, that was supposed to be connected.
Lord, not Lord. Stop watching VR porn.
Because they were saying in the Cloverfield paradox that created a rip where the creatures went through different like multiverses or different times.
Okay.
And that's how there's. But now we're getting a sequel to the follow-up. It's not going to be a found footage film, so it's definitely going to be different. But I guess it's a continuation of the original story. Maybe.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck the connections like Overlord and that. Like I never watched the other two, so.
That's from what I read is it created a rift in the multiverse, and then this came in. But how did they become?
Yeah, because like Overlord, the scientists were making that serum to like bring people like. But
the rumors are that serum was created from the monsters that got into the world.
There was no indication of anything about where they just said
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I watched that movie and I'm sitting there going, okay, this was a cool movie where the bad guys really weren't like showcased till the very end.
Oh yeah.
But they made no fucking indication that the serum came from unknown entities. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, so you telling me that, I'm like, well, they didn't put that in the movie. Now, do I watch the movie again to see maybe they missed out on something?
I mean, maybe I just read that and it could be completely incorrect, but I was going with that knowledge. But you're right; they don't show any of the creatures or anything like that.
No, they don't. They not even that. They make no indication. They were just like, we made this serum. That was it.
Yeah, but then, I mean, could it work? I mean, if they created the serum based upon finding a creature like a dead creature.
That's what I'm saying, though. But like, you can't say, this is connected because of this, but then in the movie they make no indication. Like I would have never, until you said that, I would have never thought, this was connected to Cloverfield. That's why I'm like, huh? So whoever wrote that and put that out there, you must be working for DC because DC does that shit a lot.
So then the question I have with the Cloverfield thing, do you guys prefer expanded universes or do you prefer like a movie series? Like, originally Star Wars was a movie series and now it has become an expanded universe. We've got the Spider expanded universe now without Spider-Man. We've got Harry Potter. Like, what do you prefer? Like, just like the Matrix movies, or do you want the Matrix to create other movies? I'll start with Class.
Man, that really depends because it's like some of it can be confusing at times. And I just think of like DC with all the multiverse stuff. When it's condensed and like you can just follow a little bit of this or that, then I think it's okay. I'm cool with it. But then when you have like, and I guess DC tries to tie in a lot of the continuity, like with all the different flashes, all the different, so on and so forth. It can be confusing at times. I don't mind it because it just gives you like, if you have a good solid base, like, Star Wars or whatever, and you're able to kind of build and expand upon it, then that's good, as long as it kind of stays like, as long as it doesn't veer like totally crazy and like kind of get out of hand the way like I think DC did with all their multiverses and all that shit.
Well, I always feel like the DC, their biggest problem was they were trying to catch up to Marvel, and so instead of going, hey, let's build good movies and then create the Justice League, they said, let's pretty much start with Justice League. I mean, they did, and it was Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I guess I'm talking more like just in general as opposed to movies. Like, I'm sorry, so maybe I didn't answer the actual question. When you talked about expanding universes, I was saying just in general, like the comic series as opposed to like movies. But
I'm talking about movies. Like, would you have just preferred like Superman movies and then Batman movies being by themselves instead of like then creating all these other Justice League and Suicide Squad that are all connected into this world?
I think like you said, you summed it up perfect, the way like DC tried to catch up with Marvel when Marvel did such a great job of planning all these individual seeds and then bring them together, like the Avengers and all the the Infinity movies and all that shit. I don't mind it then. I'm a fan of it as long as it's done right. Same like with the comics.
And again, DC could have done that, and they just decided we're gonna rush it. Like, you guys have been doing comics, you've been creating storylines that have built toward like Death Metal and what other ones, like Infinity Crisis, or what is it called? Is it
the Infinite Crisis? And
all these different things that are you've built them from standalone running issues and then group them all together. And then I felt like DC, but then we run into like Harry Potter. Like, I feel like I don't care about the Harry Potter world and what Finnegas Wickham, whatever the hell is that guy's name, is, what he's doing and fighting. And like, Harry Potter was the only thing I had a connection with, and the rest of it is like, I don't care. Like I want to.
I'm not as familiar with like the Harry
Potter Hogwarts before.
Yeah.
Dumbledore had his little love or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I just have to throw that in there.
Well, what he did, he joined male member.
Yeah.
Society of
male
society.
wands.
Dumbledore did, or Dumbledore?
Oh yeah, Dumbledore.
No, Dumbledore was gay.
Yeah, he's gay. But the funny part with him being gay is not funny about being gay. She wrote the whole series. There's no indication that like he had a lover or anything like that. Like, one, in essence, he was asexual because he didn't like, I had a wife or I had a boyfriend, nothing. And then after the series, she was just like, by the way, Dumbledore's gay. And I was like,
after the fact, he was dead. Like, Dumbledore, he liked those magic wands on dudes. And I remember reading this, and I'm like,
he liked the magic stick.
Yeah, there you go. I was like, what was the purpose of this? This made no indication of, like, it played no part in the storyline when he was alive.
Yeah, yes.
And I akin it to making one of my favorite fucking Marvel characters, Iceman, gay. And I was like, what was the so you mean to tell me the guy who was a pussy hound all his entire life in the comic books, even on the TV show that one episode he was on, and you make him gay, and you can't even explain why he's gay? You just was like, we're just going to make him gay. And it's just like,
It's like they do it just for the sake of doing it, you think? I mean, just like...
I've always said that, like, sometimes they'll just be like, we're gonna, like, one of the funniest things that happened was with George Takei in Star Trek. Mm-hmm. They made in the movies with Chris Pine in the reboots, they made Sulu gay, and he was like, why did you make him gay? He wasn't gay on the show, so why are you making... And he was like, why did you do that? Like
It's
he
just
was
to
kinda like-
appease a certain, like, an audience, I guess.
I
I
would
mean,
say
like,
appease. It was just. I would say it's just to be hip. It's just like we're
Yeah.
in. We're the hip crowd. It's just like if you're gonna make a character gay, make him gay, but don't change the sexuality just for the on a whim. You know.
Right, yeah, and that doesn't make sense. I mean,
And
it's like,
also,
by
if
all
you-
means, it's like represent whoever you want, but it's like, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But yeah, like, not once. I watched them all with my daughter a while back, Harry Potter's, and yeah, not once did. There's no indication that he had any, like you said,
There's
Doc,
not.
basically
Again,
asexual.
in essence, he's asexual because, and that's how I feel like with a lot of movies. Like, unless they're having a relationship with somebody, their sexuality shouldn't matter.
Right.
I'm not going, oh, is Dumbledore binary or non-binary? I don't give a fuck. I'm not thinking about it. But now we're in a world where it's like, oh, we have to include these people. But if it doesn't, again,
These
add
people.
to the story, there's no point making it a thing. What? What are we
These
on?
people.
These people. What do you mean, these people?
These people.
Jeez.
These people that feel like we have to just every character has to have some connection to different other, like it doesn't matter, like unless the story somehow relates.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
No,
like if they make Wolverine gay, you're gonna be like, oh, so he wasted all his time on Jean for like he was actually after Scott.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's
was
yeah.
it married to like Hiroko for like so long? And,
Yep.
Yeah.
So Joshua, how about yourself? Do you prefer expanded universes or would
I like
You
the idea of,
you prefer dudes?
expanded- No, I don't prefer dudes. I'm strictly vagina. But no, I do like the idea of expanding universe because the possibilities are endless, but it has to be done right. And I think that's DC kind of fucked up with that because they had a good thing going with the Batman versus Superman, but they kind of, like you said, they rushed into the Justice League when they could have easily done more to plant the seeds of a Justice League in the first movie instead of just showing this clip of the fucking music. And you see all these like little clips, and I'm like, why couldn't they have done this a little bit better throughout the first movie and then go into the second movie? But I do like expanding universes because the possibilities are endless. Just like Venom, we're gonna see Venom meet Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see that because that's gonna be an awesome encounter on the big screen, or rather the little screen, because we can't go to the movies because of COVID. But still, I like that idea because you can do whatever you want, but you have to do it right,
Right.
But I think like with DC, they did it right with the TV series, with the Flash, with Arrow.
Do you think they did that right with the TV series because you have episodic TV show episodic shows that you could slowly build to it as opposed to just hot shotting it with like we're gonna do this movie, boom, now you get it all. It's like it seems like a hot shot.
Well, I think like Marvel, I think is, and I always felt like because there's so many good characters like in the Marvel universe, but how do you start to introduce them without them overtaking? And I always felt like what Marvel should have done back then is create little shorts that ran before the big movie that introduce a character or two. But now I feel like they're doing that with these TV series that are bringing these major characters that you typically wouldn't have been able to get to. They're now introduced. They are now a plaything that other movies can now pull from and utilize.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I had like a really cool idea when I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I was like, man, this could have been a great way to introduce Ultron. Like, if they would have did it with Hank Pym. But since they did the other route, but I was like, man, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was so, you could have done so much with it, but they really didn't do as much as they could have.
Well, see, that's the thing is they weren't going to let Hank Pym create Ultron.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's why Edgar Wright, they kicked him off because he was like, well, he created Ultron. And they were like, no, we're going to have Tony create him.
Even if Tony creating him, I feel like they could have like introduced it like make us watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, you out of focus there. Get back in focus. Make us watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that we could be invested into the movies. And it's kind of what they're doing with WandaVision because it's like, oh, man, we know Wanda's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie. Let's see what happens in WandaVision and, like, what leads to her going into the movie. So I feel like that Marvel kind of dropped the ball with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all the other shows. But now I think they learned, and now they're doing it with the shows on Disney+. So, the possibilities are endless, Because, like,
I felt like
What-
Agents of Shield with ABC, that was just kind of a throwaway show, but with the Disney Plus, they are refocusing.
But you
on
know,
those
you had
characters.
Sam Jackson in the first episode. They
Well, you
didn't do
had
anything.
Lady
Lady
Sif.
Sif. You know,
You
they
had
could have done.
Maria Hill. I think
Yeah,
showed up. But
but
then
you
they're
know,
like, then they went completely away. Then they tried to bring in humans into that bullshit. That was.
and but like, I'm like, why? And I like, this is where my mind wanders. I'm like, damn, they were in space. You mean to tell me they couldn't meet somebody from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy? Not like
Nope.
Groot.
It
Like,
was
you
the-
understand?
It was a random Cree, right? Is all they met or something like that.
Yeah, so it's just like you had the like, you know, fucking like one of the things I loved about DC is like just mention Bruce Wayne's name. Yeah, Bruce Wayne. I'm like, oh shit, they mentioned Bruce Wayne's name. Shit like that. And, like, it was just so weird. Like, I remember watching The Defenders with Jessica Jones or Luke Cage, and she's like, yeah, you know, it wasn't even called like Invasion. It was called The Attack. Like, and they don't even
No, it wasn't the
mention
attack. It was the event, wasn't
the
it?
event. I'm sorry, the event. And
Right.
like, they're not. She's like, oh, what, are you gonna turn mad and turn green and stretch out your pants? I was like, you can't say the fucking Hulk. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
it
say
was
Captain
weird.
Hulk.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just so weird. I was like, don't they have the rights to this? Like, it was just nuts.
Yes and
man.
no, I guess. Yeah, they're all their rights are just weird.
Yeah.
Well, Joshua, you say in 2021 we're running out of ideas, and this one seems to be one of the weirdest ideas I've read recently, outside of the lady who decided to blow a guy who was robbing a convenience store to keep him busy until the cops showed up.
What?
Look up
I
that
hope
story
they
if you ever
make-
get the chance to look at that story.
I'm looking that up right now because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see that on a porno website soon.
Wow.
Oh, so I'll explain that one. I was on MSN.com, and I read the headline, which I never thought I would read. A convenience store robber held by a naked woman receiving oral pleasure when cops showed up. So apparently
Wow.
he went in there, he robbed the store. They said the woman, like, at first it was like she was not connected at all. He was beating up the convenience clerk, and then the woman was just like, you know what? I think I can keep you busy for her. This guy was ballsy enough to say, you know what? I've gotten away with stealing here, but I've got time for this. And when the police showed up, she was halfway naked and keeping them busy.
Wow. Now, so she was a customer or she was
Yeah,
like an employee?
I guess. I don't know.
I got to see what this lady looked like now.
Oh, dude,
There's
that's
gotta be a
like
picture of her.
brilliant.
Like when I read this article about a week or so ago, and I was just like, I
That's
never
a scene
expected
from a porno. Like, that's the,
Yeah.
that's
Again,
porno
the
imitating life.
guy says, "I've got time for this."
Oh, he literally said that.
No, I don't.
I know.
I mean, like, if you were robbing a place, would you be like, yeah, okay?
Are you like just like today is my fucking lucky day? I'm
Yeah.
getting away with robbery, and now I'm getting a fucking bloge from like just this random
Some random
until like the cops come in. It's like you're fucking like oh man, that girl's a genius. Like wow.
So the
Not all
newest-
heroes wear capes.
As you
No.
all know, Mattel has
Close.
been working on their toy universe and their board game universe of movies. The most recent one that they're going to be working on is the Uno card game.
I heard about this. You know what? Hold on. Can I touch on something real quick?
Yes.
This didn't happen in America, class. This happened
No.
in Slovakia.
Ooh.
So,
You said Brazil, it'd be like, oh, even better. But oh,
like,
okay.
that shit doesn't happen in America.
wow. Yeah,
So,
I want to see like a security footage of this.
So,
Yeah, me
class,
too.
if you were you're coming up with the idea of the Uno movie, can you give me a concept? Like, what would you make the movie about?
What the fuck, man?
I know that's where I was confused about when I read Uno they're making a movie about Uno.
Well, it's better as a
I will
horror
tell
film.
you what it's about.
I know.
Yeah.
what
I
it's
want to
about.
see if somebody can come up with an interesting concept
I
where they
already
pitched
have
it
one.
and they were like, "Oh, I could see this being made."
Go ahead, Joshua. Yeah, because I'm drawing a blank. I'm just trying to think of like a draw 4 or like reverse back to me. I don't. What do
Because
you got?
technically, like a game like Uno, you have to you got to be the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be like it? because I saw this online and I was like, oh, that's actually a good fucking premise. Make it a horror film, like a Saw type movie.
Okay.
Whoever has to draw Saw has to like draw like certain things to kill them or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes a good premise for a horror film. Now, the person who's making this movie is going a totally different route, which I know you're gonna fucking laugh, because when I read this, I was like, first of all, number one, this person shouldn't be making movies, let alone music. And second of all, this is a horrible premise to introduce Uno.
So, class, Joshua already knows where the storyline is going. It's going to be a live-action heist comedy featuring Lil Yachty in the underground hip-hop world of Atlanta.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
Lil Yachty did the voice of the Green Lantern in the Teen Titans movie.
He didn't watch that.
You didn't watch that?
No. Dude, I realize there are so many Lils nowadays that it's like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I remember like Lil Bow Wow was like unique. Or like Lil Kim was like a thing. Like, you knew who the Lils were like 20 years ago. Now everyone is a fucking Lil, and it just doesn't make any fucking, it's so stupid, man. So fuck him and fuck this movie and all
Along
that.
with Brian Shearer and Coach K, which I'm not sure if Coach K is a rapper or actually Coach K from
That's
Duke.
not Coach Krzyzewski.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy from like Carolina?
They're going to transform the classic Uno game into a comedic action adventure. It was actually conceived in 1971 in a barbershop in Cincinnati, Ohio.
The game.
And, what's that?
The game?
The game,
Uno?
yes, the actual game. So, yeah.
Oh, shit. Wow, that's pretty
I'm
cool.
just like, how did this get greenlit? Like, are people like, yeah, people want to see a little Yachty movie about Uno.
How do you incorporate Uno into the underground hip-hop scene of a heist? Like,
I don't know.
Because when I read this, I was like, how do you, like, what, every time they do something, they got to play Uno, draw full? Like, is it like a dare? Like,
So now here's the question. If you were given two stories and let's say one of them was fake, the first one being they're making a comedic action adventure with Lil Yachty about the Uno game, or a guy robbing a convenience store was held back before cops showed up because some lady decided to give him a blowjob, which one would have been the fake story?
Oh, man.
That's a good one, dog.
Or the fact that there's someone even named Lil Yachty to begin with. Like, I'd probably say that's.
I'm surprised you never heard of him, because like he's not well known, but he's a known rapper.
I don't listen to any bullshit nowadays, man. Everything is so fucking oversaturated with. There's so many. Yeah, I don't listen to any.
Well,
that's the old man of me coming out.
No, I just
music in my day it actually meant something.
All right, Taker, calm down. No, I just figured it would have popped up like on Twitter or something. Like you would have saw something.
Anytime I see like something with a new Lil in there, I'm just like fucking. I'll hear about like Atlanta rapper gets shot and killed, and everyone's mourning this guy's death. And I'm like, who the fuck was that?
I
Oh
made
yeah,
a joke
they're
about
like,
that.
oh, and they were 18 years old. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, he was such influential, and I was like,
yeah, had such an illustrious career. Like I've heard about that for the past like
about
2
Tupac and Biggie, who created a whole standard in what they were doing,
Right.
and like
I make a joke about that at work. I'm like, that's the most dangerous job in the world, being an unknown, unsigned young rapper.
Yeah, you're gonna get got.
Cloud rapper.
yeah, just some unknown rapper that got like every time I go on because on Instagram I follow like these rap websites and it's like little something shot and killed. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I never heard of these guys and they're getting killed already. Like,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But he was in a Sprite commercial. I'm pretty sure you saw the Sprite commercial. Like you remember
Commercials.
it.
I don't watch
not
commercials
watch
the way I
commercials.
don't listen to rap music, or I don't listen to any music nowadays. Like it's
Not
like they're
black-
both.
not like black people is what he's
You
saying.
What?
Sprite
No,
man.
are
he doesn't
predominantly,
like
if you didn't know, if you haven't watched, Sprite commercials are now predominantly pushed to black people.
What?
No, well,
I just
No, it's true.
commercials
Watch
in
them.
general. It
Not
has nothing-
no. Watch Sprite commercials. They
No,
you don't see
no.
white people in the Sprite commercials anymore.
no, you need to stop before the show gets banned and
This
gets kicked
is-
off of YouTube.
Well, I'm
But-
saying
but
commercials.
Sprite commercials,
I'm-
and then
I'm-
come back and tell me what ethnicity the majority of them are pushing towards.
Are they
Well, you
wearing
know,
M&M jackets?
No.
Race car jackets every time.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
all
send
LeBron
you
and
the
stuff.
commercial, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this commercial because it was a popular commercial. Like, It had LeBron James in it, so.
Fucking. The only time I might even watch commercials is during the Super Bowl, and that's like once a year. Any other time,
Shit,
I don't
this
watch
year they're
shit
supposed to be
for
cutting back on a lot of them. Like,
fucking this
No,
year.
he's
I gotta
showing them
work.
already.
I gotta
well,
work.
but a lot
during
of the
Super
companies
Bowl.
are like, we're not making any spots this year.
I'm
Yeah.
off, so I'm happy.
All right, so if you're wondering what other Mattel films are in the works, we're going to be getting a American Girl, so that's something.
I don't know what that is.
It's a tall doll for little girls, and they all have little.
Oh, the American Girl dolls. Yeah, okay. I actually know that.
Knows,
I have a daughter, so yeah.
Yeah.
We bought a lot
Barbie-
of those.
Barbie is getting, and I think at one time, the one comedian Amy, what's her name? Schumer was supposed to be in the Barbie movie. Like she was like the opposite of Barbie. She was the chubby but funny one.
They cut that shit off.
Oh, they did. They stopped that. Hot Wheels is getting a movie. The Magic 8 Ball is getting a movie.
That should be a horror film.
Wishbone, which I think is the dog or something like that.
What is?
I remember Wishbone. I think he's like that dog that they used to pull and stuff.
No.
If I remember correctly.
A toy that I don't even remember, and it came out when I was a kid. Basically, it was like a green screen. You would take a picture of yourself, and the silhouette would be behind it on the screen, and like you could fucking like doodle on it. I was like, I never saw this when I was a kid, and I was like, how the fuck is this like even?
What is
like,
that? Is that Wishbone?
No, it was like another toy, and I was just like, I never seen it, and I was like, maybe Doc seen it or class.
No,
but it was like you. I'll get the commercial and I'll send it to you guys because I was like, what the fuck is this?
Major Matt Mason? Does anybody ever know what Major Matt Mason is?
No.
Okay. Masters of the Universe, which has been in production hell. Thomas and Friends. And Viewmaster, because when you need
that used
underground hip-hop something, Viewmaster.
Dude, that used to be like the equivalent of like a movie back in the day. You put the little things in, and it's like you go through that. That was like the equivalent of.
But how do you make a fucking movie?
I can tell you how you make a movie. Simple. It's a Jumanji type movie. Oh, the Viewmaster has powers. It pulls you in. There you go. That's how it's got to work.
Yeah, this is wow.
I could write that in my sleep.
And you guys wonder why I don't watch movies, man, because nothing's fucking.
Well, in TV news, George Clooney is working on a Buck Rogers reboot, but apparently they have not secured the rights as needed. Legendary Entertainment is working on it, and he was hoping to bring it back. The interesting thing is he had Brian K. Vaughan along to help with writing the script. If you've don't know who Brian K. Vaughan is, writes some really good comics for Image. He's done some great stuff for Marvel. If you've never read Brian K. Vaughan, go check out Saga. Really, I mean, and
I guess they're the third greatest bold comic book writer ever. behind Bendis and Grant Morrison.
So it sounded pretty interesting, but the state says they don't have the rights to it yet. So we'll have to wait and see. So we may be getting a Buck Rogers movie and a Buck Rogers TV show, which
no. We're gonna get Buck Rogers a movie and Rogers Buck the TV show.
No, yeah, it would be something. Yeah, it'd be some other weird name, or it'll be the story of Ziggy. But
now, did he have a hand in Runaways at all?
Yes.
I know, like in the comic. Well, I know in the comic he did it for the comic before. Wasn't Runaways like a TV show, right?
Oh God,
no. Runaways was a comic book first.
He had nothing to do with that. I knew it came with the comic first, but I didn't know if like in the TV show if he had anything to do with that.
They probably got like an EP credit, right?
Yes, but I feel like that's they fucked that story.
Was it not good? Okay, I never saw it.
I once I saw like my friend I think Doc explained it to me and my coworker explained it to me. I was like, and then I told my coworker what the comic book was about, and he was like, Jesus Christ, this is way better. Why the fuck did they put that on the TV show? He's like, I think he said the same exact thing Doc said. He's like, yo, the show's called Runaways. These motherfuckers haven't run away yet.
They didn't run away until the very last episode of season 1. That's where they're like, oh, we're leaving now. I'm like, shit up a long time ago.
So my coworker's like, he's like, so those motherfuckers left after issue 5? I was like, yeah. He's like,
right.
These motherfuckers haven't run away. And it's like almost the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you guys ever see the show Leftovers? It would have been like, everyone's still there until the very end. And then, like, oh, they all disappeared now. We're
Did
the
you ever
leftovers.
Did they ever find out what was the reason why people like disappeared on that show?
I only watched part of season 1, and I heard it was good, but it was slow for me, and so I don't know. Maybe.
I was just wondering.
Well, continuing on with the as we were discussing having the larger universe of the world, a Harry Potter live-action TV series is in early development at HBOMax.
Yeah.
We're not sure if this is going to be based upon like the early Hogwarts years, Harry in his later years as a middle-aged man with children. We don't know.
Wouldn't it be cool if it's about his dad?
Well, that would be like about Voldemort and stuff, like when he was in power.
Well, no, because I think his dad was friends with Voldemort. No, Voldemort was way before his dad.
His dad
Voldemort
and
was
his
before
mom.
his dad, but Voldemort killed his parents.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm saying Voldemort
Spoilers.
when they were adults. they were adults. I'm talking about like from like.
Yeah, because Snape was helping them. The other ones, whatever.
No. I think they.
Dobby was probably there somewhere.
They could do like a prequel show about like when it was like Potter's dad and his mom and Snape.
But
they
the
were like,
thing is like
they could do that.
But like, there's no you're not worrying about anything because we know when the ones that die when they die. So it's like watching the Solo. I'm like, oh, will he survive?
Well,
yes,
you kind of do this a lot, and I don't know why, but it's
don't like Jim Carrey movies. You're right, I don't.
No. It's
but
like,
you know what?
It's like, hey, hold on, let me get this out. I was like, you always do that, Doc, and I always wonder why. It's just, if you can make a good story out of something, then why not tell it? Because we know that they're not going to die until later down the road, but fuck it, if it's still a good story, you can tell it and showcase it.
And what about all the supporting characters around it?
Yeah.
If a story is written well, whether it's a TV show or a movie or whatever, and you know what's going to happen, like, prequels or all that, you're like, that either like, these people are going to die at a certain point or, whatever. They could, if the story is written well enough, they could make you care about enough surrounding characters that if something happens to them, you're like, fuck, I'm invested into it. Like, then you get that emotional attachment to it.
But see, that's where I felt like Rogue One works because these are all new characters, but they're all connected.
Uh-huh.
And then they have an untimely death at the end.
Sure.
Versus, again, Solo, where we know he's going to get killed, spoilers, by his son. Whatever happens when he's running the Kessel Run,
right?
Like we know he's going to survive.
Yeah.
We know Lando's going to survive.
So, but it still doesn't take away from a good story.
You saw how he met up with Chewie, which was kind of weak. But you saw him
all those fucking connections were weak. Oh, this is how you're doing.
I actually didn't mind Solo. I thought Solo was like, I thought it was okay.
It's not a bad movie.
But I understand what you're saying.
I didn't like Rogue One.
What?
Yeah,
Rogue One. I mean, the beginning of Rogue One is really slow, but at a certain point, it was really. And then the ending, I was like, "You did a non-Hollywood ending. Good job."
Yes. One of my favorite. That's up there with like Empire and like I know a lot of people shit on Return of the Jedi, but like out of all those movies, like those are my two favorite, by like bar none. Solo, I thought was like it was really fun. Like sorry, Rogue One. Rogue One was really, really good, and I put it up in there with like one of my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies. I thought it was unbelievable, and not just for like the Vader, minute and a half.
Yeah, that was dope. That was like that saved the movie for me. But like I'm not gonna like that's not my hill to die on because I'm not really into Star Wars movies like that. But I just remember going and watching like this movie's boring.
Man,
the beginning
it starts off a little slow, and it's
but they did amazing in that as the droid.
Yes.
Who else is in there?
The guy who played
Jedi guy,
Cassius or whatever.
Oh yeah, which he's getting his own TV series. But again, that's where they're gonna do that. I'm like, well, we know he's dead.
Give me a TV show about Donnie Yen's character. I'll watch that shit.
Dude,
he was
cool. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, I have the Force in me, and that shit worked.
Yeah.
So
Donnie Yen was unbelievable. When I first heard him being cast for that, I thought he was going to be a Jedi, and I was like, holy shit. Like, that's what we need. Donnie Yen as a Jedi with like a lightsaber and all that. I didn't get it, but he was still like so strong.
Well, he was, but I mean, it's kind of like Ahsoka. She's not really now defined as a Jedi, but she utilizes the Force.
Exactly. Yeah. Good point.
So, going by your logic, are you not excited for her having her own TV show or the bad? Yeah, like
no, like I'm not an Ahsoka fanboy or anything like that. Like, I mean, if they can do like the Mandalorian, like, yeah, I'm excited. But then we're also like with Obi-Wan, like we know what's gonna happen.
Oh man, you suck, man.
What we do? We already know what's gonna happen.
I could literally watch a Darth Vader Boba Fett prequel show, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see what's.
But see, no, but now Boba Fett has a life after Jedi now, and I'm interested in a Boba Fett story. I'm not interested in a Darth Vader story because nothing's gonna happen to him. He's gonna have issues with the Emperor. Emperor's like, man, maybe I've got another one, maybe over here that in case you don't do your job, Vader.
But we're gonna see him rise to power. Like, I mean, that's what would be cool. You're gonna see Obi-Wan like do whatever he's doing from Revenge of the Sith until New Hope or whatever. Like during that
hiding out in Tatooine, because that's. I mean, unless he was
but he's gonna have to get into some kind of like the whole thing isn't gonna be him with like binoculars, like looking like, yeah, I guess Luke's still safe. Like, I mean, he's gonna have to get into
those sad people again.
We gotta show how he got to old and gray and white-haired Ben Kenobi.
Yeah,
and it takes more than 10 years.
What is he? He's not gonna be doing anything. Remember, he left after the end of Revenge of the Sith, dropped the kid off. And then he's like, I'm going to hang out. Like,
they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it to where he's just sitting around like in a rocking chair.
No, I agree.
Like,
they're not going to
make it. They're going to make it great.
It'll be like How I Met Your Mother. Let me tell you about how I met Luke Skywalker, kids.
Oh, God. You are the worst. I can't believe I have this.
That's what we were saying earlier. Doc goes straight from, like, before anything else, he'll be like, I'm going to hate on it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. And we had this discussion.
No expectations.
But here's the funny part. Is like I hate on it, but then you're like, that motherfucker had a point. Because I hear all Joshua like, damn it, Doc was right. Doc was right.
I give you when you're right, but like I, as a person who wants to, we know what happens to Darth Vader in the movies, but it's like the in between is just as important if you could tell a good story.
But I don't feel we need a Darth Vader show because you had the whole fucking series is about him, and from the beginning to the.
Did you ever read any of the comic books like Darth Vader or Vader Down? If they could do that.
I mean, again, it's about the struggle of like he wasn't the number one guy for the Emperor. He had to keep proving himself. And I'm not a alpha fan. That character kind of bores me. But yeah, and then also they make him a badass. Like he is just like
I have a whole set right here of Darth Vader, like the solo books. This was an amazing story. Plus that Vader Down, where that's a really good miniseries.
Do you like Dr. Alpha?
From the limited stuff that I've read on her, I mean, she seems pretty interesting.
But like she's big in the Vader stories, right?
Yeah. And then I guess she like tries to like betray him or whatever, and he goes try to kill her, and she runs into hiding.
Well,
there's a whole lot.
I mean, she was expecting him to turn on her.
Right. She's
not a good person, really.
No.
She's a scavenger, really, pretty much.
Yeah. Basically for herself.
If you're not ready, you should get the Marvel Unlimited. That is
there you go.
A lot of those there. Josh was actually working on going through and reading the Ultimate series, right?
Yes. I'm going to be reading the entire Ultimate line, which is consisting of 699 comic books, or issues rather. And I wanted to do this. Mainly it first started because Class inspired me with his YouTube show. And I was like, well, Doc needs content for the show. Why not do my own show about reviewing comic books and stuff like that?
That's
stories.
Awesome, man.
So I was like, I'm lazy. I don't want to do this because I was supposed to do it on one series with the Taskmaster. And I was like, But watching your show again, and like one day I was bored, like 3 weeks ago, I started going through old Ultimate stories that I remember. And I was like, man, this is a really good series. And it was Ultimatum, where something happened where Pietro was talking to somebody in the background, in the darkness. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I'm like, I need to find out who this is. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to reread the whole entire Ultimate line from beginning to end. And, you know, the stuff I already know, I can describe and talk through on the show. And then when I get to the point where I pick up where I left off, it'll be a new experience for people, you know, just like me when I'm reading it. Like, they're finding out the stuff I'm finding out right then and there. So I was like, let me just do it. And I got a website. It breaks down all this, the series and issues and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to do like 7 issues per episode and just give a quick rundown, talk about the artist, talk about the author, and just, you know, the events that happen, and I'll throw some jokes in there and stuff like that. And I can't wait to do it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I like that. That's a good concept.
I got the gooseneck, you know, to hold the camera steady.
The goose. Grab it by the base.
And I got the green screen coming. I don't know where to put it yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. And credit to Doc for helping me. He's being a fucking pain in the ass producer, but he wants nothing but the best. So I'm looking forward to this, and I want to see this to the end. So I'm really gonna give it my all, and I already mapped out what I want to say and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna give it the old college try.
I'll tell you
I'm
this.
excited to see what kind of content he can create with this, and because really what he's gonna be doing is storytelling. Oops, looks like I've lost my camera.
Yeah, it kind of froze up. But I'll tell you this, Doc. If you look at my first like 1 or 2 episodes of Kraven the Toy Hunt, and you look at what I do now, like how I've kind of evolved from that initial setup, a lot of that I give props to Doc, because he was like, dude, you should do this, because he has that like production mentality, like that background. So, dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing it. Is he gone? Oh, okay.
It says
EOS webcam utility.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this. I really want to, you know, start getting it taken care of. I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks we could get the first episode out. I'm just waiting for the green screen to come and work logistics with Doc and map out. Like, I already know what I'm gonna do for, like, because the first, you know, spoilers, the first 7 issues are going to be about Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man is what you start. So is it Ultimate Spider-Man, then it goes Ultimate X-Men? Is that like kind of...
No, I'm going by the order of the website. The comic book order website that I looked up has it, like the first issues of Ultimate Spider-Man for 7. Then it goes to Ultimate Team Up. And I don't know if anybody knows that, but they had an Ultimate...
Oh, yeah.
They had an Ultimate Team Up. And I'm looking forward to, like, talking about all this stuff, because the Ultimate Universe, like I say, a common theme you're going to hear me say in the show is Marvel logic, is when they mention something and then it's like, oh, poof, it's gone. Nobody talks about it ever again. So there's certain things that happen. I remember in Ultimate Team Up where you're like, like they introduced the Punisher in it. You never hear about the Punisher in Ultimate Universe ever again. I think until the very end when he kills Spider-Man.
Wow. Oh, yeah, he's hunting a bunch of people. At the end, yeah.
So it's one of those cool things. And even with Ultimatum, I was like, Jesus Christ, I remember this happening in Ultimatum, but they never really touched on it. So it's going to be interesting when, like, I'll say, hey, look, I'm going to read the first issues. I'm going to talk about the first issues of Spider-Man, but now we're going to jump to Ultimate Team Up. Then we're going to go to Ultimate Daredevil and Elektra. Like, it's just going to be fun, and I can't wait to do it, you know, because I want to put my spin in it.
And, I can't wait to, like, see this.
Yeah, so, you know. I think Doc is told me I got to get a prompter, so I might have to do that too. So it's going to be interesting.
The prompter may be, and I've done this before, you can put it on an iPad, or if you've got your computer, and I've done it to where you just read the screen. So then until you get comfortable, like, just talking about it, and that's when I do my, like, the news and the nerds, when I used to do that. There's no way I could just like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It just keeps you on course and you know what you're talking about. And if you watch a lot of those shows, that's what they're doing also. And then what we're going to be, you know, we're going to cut to, like, screen captures of the comics kind of showing what Josh was talking about. Because really, you don't want to see that background for very long, nor do you want to see my shitty webcam like we're seeing right now. I'm sorry for anybody that is now just...
Nobody cares. But hey, we got...
I do, because I was like, fuck, the battery's dead.
Yeah. That shit was looking like primo.
Guess who needs to go on Amazon tonight and order the plug to keep it fully charged? Because
motherfucker looked like the 4K camera they use in fucking SmackDown when they come down the ramp and shit. Like, he was looking so fresh to death. Now he looks like, look at this.
I know. And then he's like, the shitty curtains are coming out in the back now, which I'm going to change those. Hey, but you can see Medieval Spawn back there.
Did that finally come in?
No,
that's not the pre-order.
This is the old school. Remember those like large Spawn
I do.
figures?
I do.
I have the no shit. The last thing I read is they're finally off the boat. So who knows when I'm gonna be getting mine?
Wow.
So
man.
I mean, we were supposed to start getting them in like December, but also COVID is really slowed the fuck up production. So sometime I'll get my Spawn and maybe.
I've always got the Mortal Kombat one, but dude, that's awesome. And Doc, I want you to. I know you haven't really watched many of my Craven the Toy Hunt for whatever reason, but
first thing I watch when I see it on my fucking YouTube. But I go to YouTube, click new Craven the Toy Hunt. I'm watching.
I would love you to like watch it
on it and stuff like that, but I just I saw that you had a new one, but I haven't watched the newest.
Now that we got a target. Hey, Puto, pick me up that Sean Shirka that I peeped on this week's episode.
I saw that at Hollywood at that one. Okay, I'll check it out, dude. Their shit is pricey. I'll tell you that. So I'll see what. I
don't think that Sean Shirka is worth it. It's probably like
also remember you're supposed to keep an eye on the Transformers Red for me because I have not found any since the last. Are they Target exclusive or Walmart exclusive?
I think they're Walmart exclusive because that's been
if you see them pop, I need all three: Megatron, Soundwave.
Oh man, I've seen them so many times.
Yeah.
All right. Next time I see them,
Walmart by me apparently just doesn't carry shit at all. And but yeah, if you see them, grab them, and I'll just pay you back.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to meet up at some point anyway because I have that fucking Clerks.
I know, and I have your shirt too.
I know. We gotta let's just fucking do lunch sometime.
Like, why are you gonna give him that shirt? I'll wear it. And I was like, he's more of a View Askew nerd head than you are, so I'd rather him have it.
I'll tell her she can wear it.
No, you
can have it. And I'm a good friend of Doc. I'm a good friend of Doc because I did something for Doc, and hopefully when he gets it, he'll know it was me. So.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
Can only imagine. Well, in comic news, DC is launching Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. The detective.
I feel like they did this already with like Adam West doing the voice.
Dude, they did it in like the 70s or
I feel like
the original cartoon.
But this is like supposed to be a comic. I wonder if they're going. Remember when they did like where he was, or Elmer Fudd was hunting him down or something like that, like a year or two ago. They were doing like
Elmer Fudd was hunting down Batman or Scooby?
Yeah, like Batman. Yeah, he was hunting him down. I think it was called Blood or something like that. Yeah, it was true. It was the comic's horrible.
I know.
But yeah, they're going to be releasing digital copies of this with the Batman working with the Scooby Gang.
I didn't know
that. Sounds really annoying.
Oh, let me see. Elmer Fudd versus Batman.
I think it's called Fudd or something.
No, it just says Batman Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
And it shows Fudd shooting it. Wow, this is crazy. I'm going to see if this is on DC or on DC Infinite.
Oh, it may be. I'm rolling through that now because they've added a lot more comics.
Hold on. I know she loved Bruce Wayne and he loved her. And when he found out she wasn't with me, he killed her. So I killed him. That's a panel in this.
All right, fuck all this Ultimate stuff. I want Joshua to do recaps and read it. Bubble for bubble of FUD. Yes, that's what I wanted.
Continuing on with incredible ideas from DC, along with Brian Bendis is not going to be exclusive to them anymore. They are renaming Black Adam to.
This is fake. Is
it fake?
Yes, it was confirmed to be fake news. But there you go.
They were naming him Shaz Adam.
What?
To relaunch with the new series that are supposed to be coming out. Oh, but now it's considered fake?
No, the IGN was like, this is fake.
No, okay. Because
I was like, there was another bit of information that came out today, but I was like, you really think The Rock is going to be like, you're changing the name? No, that's that. Wow. Do you have another guy to play Shazam? Because I'm Black Adam.
Shazam. That sounds like you're talking in Carney.
Yeah.
The talks of is they were wanting to change the name because Black Adam was becoming more of an anti-hero and maybe even a babyface turn. Well, obviously now with The Rock pushing it.
Yeah.
So the news broke today that in the new Shazam movie there was supposed to be Superman cameo. But they were like, no, we're not going to have a Superman cameo in this film. He's going to be in another movie. And I was like, gee, I wonder what film that could be.
Suicide Squad.
Shazam?
Shazam.
I told you I'll put money on it. That motherfucker's gonna be like, I want to punch Superman. I want Superman versus The Rock, but you're Black Adam. I don't care.
I just feel like The Rock just doesn't understand the character. I think he just looked at
He
him.
doesn't.
That's a cool looking character. I could play that.
Yeah, somebody told me this was a passion project for him, and this person works in Hollywood, and they're usually like spot on with the information.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not buying this. I think somebody told him. First of all, I don't think he reads comic books at all, because if that was the case, he would have been in a comic book movie a long fucking time ago.
When does he have time to read comics with his workout and all the movies he makes?
And second of all, I think someone was like, hey, I think this will be a great project for you to do, and he's like, fuck it, I'll do it. Can I fight Superman, though? Yeah, this guy beat Superman in a fight. Oh, sign me up.
Yeah, I don't think The Rock turns down a script.
No, he does.
Just like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart didn't turn down a script.
Right.
But that's the thing, though. Kevin Hart's like, yo, I'll try to make anything work. But I know The Rock has turned down. The Rock was supposed to be in that Jet Li movie, The One.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was the original choice, and they were like, and he was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Because they were like, this movie works when the guy doesn't talk as much. And he's like, what the fuck else am I going to do? I'm going to fight and talk. I like to talk. So, there you go.
Talking about Kevin Hart, with him being in the Borderland movie, they finally announced that he's going to be playing the character Roland. And if you've played Borderland, Roland's a big, tall, hefty, black character.
So maybe it's CGI.
So you think he's CGI?
Probably. I don't know. Somebody came up to me at work and was like, do you know anything about this? Like, I know of the game, but I never played it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there's no way he is playing that character, little, tiny Kevin Hart. And this guy is like easily 6'5", just muscly.
I mean, you saw what they did with Tyrion Lannister in the Avengers movie, so. I mean,
poor man. He'll never escape that role.
Yeah, whatever his name is. I mean, he went from that to
Oh, he's not complaining about being in that show. Well,
I think he is.
What's that?
I think he is.
Well, I think he's not happy with the way the show ended.
No, I think he's just like I can tell you, I read a report where he was like, he doesn't like people coming up to him and saying, hey, Lannister. He doesn't like that. He feels like he's an accomplished actor. I'm like,
well, yeah, he's had a lot of movies he's made before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does feel like he's one of those like I'm an actor.
I'm an actor. Because like somebody went up to him that I know and took a picture with him, and he just is like giving them the death stare in the picture. She's like, look, it's the small guy from Game of Thrones. And I'm like, oh God. So I don't think that guy likes the fact like
I ever meet him, I'm gonna be like, oh dude, you're the giant from Avengers, like, or
oh, you can do that.
I love doing
I'll go the complete opposite.
No, I'm gonna be like, hey, you're the little gay guy from
Death at a Funeral.
Yeah, Death of the Funeral.
You played the same role twice.
Both of them.
I'm gonna hit him with, hey, aren't you the guy from Station Agent? I think you are. I saw that piece of shit.
All right, and then finally in video game news, if you were hoping to get Overwatch 2 or Diablo 4 this year, Blizzard has said, not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Oh, we're not going to get to the point. No.
No, you're not going to get to the point. No. And we haven't played Overwatch 2 in a while.
Because you don't know how to tell people, hey, you want to play Overwatch?
No, I always do it, and you're like, I'm at work. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, the other times that you see me watching Twitch on my fucking Xbox One, you know what I'm saying? I'm an Xbox Series X, you don't say anything?
Well, I figured if you're on there, you're like Kennedy. Like, if you see me and I'm on Overwatch, you'd be like, hey, maybe.
Hop in?
Nah, I don't like bothering people. You should know that. So
no, if I'm playing Overwatch, you don't bother me. I enjoy playing.
Well, you could just go, hey, Josh was on. Let me, hey, you want to play Overwatch? Because all the other times.
I need to set it up to alert me when you're on. So be like, hey, I see he's on.
Because I watch nothing. Like, when I get home, I watch nothing but Twitch now, so.
Oh, okay. You're that guy.
Yeah, I am that guy.
All right. Well, then that will bring the show to a close. Class.
Yes.
What have you learned this week?
What have I learned this week? I learned that I have learned that.
All right.
Yeah. Getting.
It's been a while since you've done the show.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about this like a few minutes ago. I was like, God, what have I learned? He's gonna ask me.
We're getting to that point.
No. I learned that going out and hunting makes me feel better physically and mentally after not doing it for so long. So
Just building content and also just finding cool stuff to fill up your walls.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even worried about I didn't even spend a lot of money today when I went, but it was just getting out and seeing it and like recording shit and uploading stuff and communicating with people and doing all that. It's been so nice.
I mean, it's the same as just doing the podcast again.
Exactly.
Enjoy, and that's one thing I love now about utilizing the Zoom is I could see you guys and see reactions.
Yes.
It's fun to get back into talking, and I mean, we enjoy talking before we start the show. We usually talk way after the show, so yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, missed you guys, man. I missed you guys.
Same back at you, Mr. East Coast.
You know what I learned? I learned 4 years ago. Today, you was a mad fucking man. You was pissed off because Tom Brady fucking broke your spirit.
Oh my Lord, yeah, I know. We were whipping their ass. The Patriots had never gotten beat down like that in the history. And then Kyle Shanahan goes, "Hey guys, let's keep throwing the ball. Let's not run the ball at all and beat up the clock. Hey guys, when we get in the field goal range, let's fuck up and get us out of field goal range. Because if we got a field goal kick, maybe by the end, we will probably have enough points to win the game." There you go. So, yes. And now fucking Tampa Bay and Tom Brady are in the Super Bowl. And now I have to root for the Kansas City Chiefs, which the funny part is I learned that somebody wrote an article called it's like WTF Sports or something like that. And the article was saying, when was the last time the Kansas City Chiefs were in the Super Bowl? And I was like, wow. I don't know.
Did you see what happened?
What?
Did you see what happened today?
No.
So an assistant to the coaching staff got into a driving accident and injured 2 children, and one of the children has life-threatening injuries.
Oh.
Do you know who that coach is?
Who? Andy Reid?
Britt. No. Close. Britt Reid, who is the son of Andy Reid. Now, Doc, I know you watch sports, and I was like, remember the last time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were in the Super Bowl?
Yep.
What happened on the opposite side of the team going against them, the Oakland Raiders? They had like a little snafu.
Oh yeah.
The starting center went a little crazy and got arrested. He had a gun and all this other stuff. It's kind of eerily similar, right? Like,
well, I mean, the year Atlanta went to Super Bowl with Denver, like the guy who was supposed to be the in essence the priest, Robinson, got busted with a prostitute the night before. So
he was a player though?
Yeah, he was a player.
He's a player
he was
for
supposed
sure.
to be like the guy on top, the preachy, blah blah blah, and then he was with the prostitute.
Did he still play?
Yeah, he still played, but
I don't think Britt Reid is.
Well, and then that's the other issue is, I mean, if that's my son, I'm feeling horrible for him, and that's
but he's the kicker though. He's the kicker though. He was
even worse. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I was telling my uncle, I was like, this is eerily similar because we were talking about like who's gonna win like a week ago, and I was like, bro, they need a miracle. They need something to happen like the last time they were in the Super Bowl. And this is first it was they couldn't travel till Friday. Yeah. My uncle's like, then there was COVID with the barber.
Yeah, I heard about
that. Yeah, I heard about that.
Now you got this, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Brady's
a lot of stuff adding up. You're right. God, we don't need Brady for another championship.
Yeah, we do.
We're done. All right.
Yeah, we do.
Wonderful.
I'd rather take Brady over LeBron. You know it too.
You're right, I would. You're right, I would. Plus, it also it's a big fuck you to Belichick, and I don't have a problem with that either.
I'm okay with that.
But hey, Bill Belichick, I don't know why.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I think, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan. I just you can't deny that dude.
No. He's an amazing. Like, and like Belichick hasn't really gave him a lot of, like, he's turned in okay wide receivers into some major players.
Yeah. He has.
But he's also gave him but Belichick also has usually really good defense.
Yep.
No, he has a great defensive mind. Like,
yeah,
throughout the course of the history of like the Patriots winning, he'll say like, "I don't care about the offense. That's the offensive coordinator. I call defense." Like, I think one of the funniest things is like, I think it was in a Super Bowl or a game, and I forgot what he was doing, but like they ran it back for a touchdown on a kickoff, and you just see him ripping into the defense, like not even caring that they just scored on a kickoff because he's such a defensive heavy-minded coach.
Wow.
So they're like, he's a weird dude, but I do agree that he benefited from having number 12 on his team.
Oh yeah,
because
very much so.
He had fucking Cam Newton and they didn't do shit. So.
Oh yeah, well Cam Newton's not that good of a player anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he really got exposed this year for like, I don't want to say being a flash in the pan, but like I think his best years are definitely like probably behind him, and he's a young guy.
I disagree.
I am not a big. Do you think it was just a wrong type of offense for him to get adjusted?
No, I just think like he had to like you just see the greatness of Tom Brady. It's like Brady made chicken salad out of chicken shit. When Cam Newton, he really didn't have Cam really didn't have. I think he had the better tools, but he couldn't adapt them to like what he had because fucking Julian Edelman had like led the league in drops for like 2 years straight or something like that. I'm like, this guy's a Super Bowl MVP. He led the league in drops? Like, what the fuck?
That's interesting. I didn't know that stat.
Yeah, so it's like you see, like what you said. He's like, Tom Brady made stars out of nobodies.
Yeah, that's something that I think Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are two quarterbacks that I think out of every, and that's not taking anything away from like Rodgers or like any of these other greats, Mahomes or anything like that. I think they're those two were such great quarterbacks that they made mediocre wide receivers or tight ends or whatever, like top receivers and tight ends. Like,
but here's the funny thing, right? Who would you think had more Pro Bowlers their entire career?
Between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning?
On the offensive side, who do you think they have Pro Bowlers?
At the most, I'd probably say, well, you got two different teams. I would go with probably Brady.
Manning.
Was it really Manning?
I mean, given the fact that he's playing in Tampa for a long, like he just retired, but when they were in the league, he had more Pro Bowlers than fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah, because Manning was also his statistics were way better than
Brady.
Yeah.
But Brady usually got the W when they were going against each other.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. And also Brady had the luxury of being in a really weak division.
That is
really
true.
weak division.
That's true.
But I mean, it's kind of like LeBron when he was over in Cleveland and Miami. The East wasn't not as good as the West was at that point.
Right.
Now the West seems to be getting really shitty again. So yeah.
No, I don't. I think the environment, because like if we didn't have the bubble, I don't think he wins that championship.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I think given the circumstances of like having no fans and now there's no traveling, at that point, I think but now that there's traveling and there's more stuff going on, there's no fans though. I think we'll see like it's gonna get harder because the Clippers look really good and fucking if Denver can piece it together, they're gonna have a problem with Denver too. So he got lucky. So we'll see. But fuck LeBron.
And I learned apparently I need a charger for my Canon so they can run continuously the battery. And,
because it looked immaculate, Doc. It looked
also Gabby Tuft is no longer in the WWE.
Who saw that coming, right?
Well, I mean, I don't remember Tyler Reeks.
Rex,
is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then I look at his picture and I was like, that guy looks really like he was overly manly with the beard and everything else. And I'm like, so he was really trying to hide what he felt. He got a sex change and
No, he's transitioning.
Transitioning. Well, he's got the tits now apparently.
I think those are fake.
You think you're like fake, like not like just fake?
No,
looking?
Because I went to his Twitter page and like there's pictures of him like looking effeminate, but he still has his regular. So those are fake because like somebody was like, "Are those real?" I'm like, "No." Okay. He was a mid-carder like during fucking 2006
2009 to 2012.
Yeah, he was just like that guy that John Cena was like, fuck that guy. Like, John Cena buried him because he was stealing John Cena's moves.
Well,
So,
and that,
like,
hold on, I just looked him up. That dude's married or was?
Yeah,
Yep.
he has a kid.
Yeah.
And
Explain how he's got 2 mommies now.
wow, that's his wife. Okay. Man, like, hold on. So he's trying to have a sex change?
I think he's gonna try. I think he's just transitioning to living his life like a gender fluid woman.
He's changing to transgender.
Because there's some of them that when they make the transition, like Bruce Jenner when he became Caitlyn, they were like, "Hey, are you gonna get like the surgery?" And he's like, "No, like, I love it too much."
Now he goes by the name Gabby Tough. Do you think that is like his ring name, or sorry, her ring name, or do you think she changed her name to actually be which I feel again that's very much a ring name.
I don't think so.
Well, I just looked because I hadn't even heard about this. His wife's last name is Tuft, so that must be his legit last name.
Yeah, that is his legit last name because his what's it called? Dead naming. I don't know the proper terminology, but like when you call them their name that they had before they transition is called dead naming. Okay. So her name before she made the transition was Gabe Tough. So.
Oh, okay.
So his the original name was Gabe Tough. Now it's Gabby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe short for Gabriella.
It sounds like a gimmick wrestling name. So
it does though.
I think it's the Tough, right?
Good transition both ways.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Whatever.
So if you're wanting to learn a little bitch, he's right, little bitch, our own Chris Class, how can they find out more information about you?
A little bitch. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll get the big bitch next.
Yeah, little bitch.
Be sure to follow Craven the Toy Hunt on YouTube. I'm starting to do that again. And Craven the Toy Hunt on Instagram and Craven Toy Hunt. That's all with a C. On Twitter, so you can follow me there.
Excellent. And then also at the end of the show, I will put the most recent episode up there. So if you're watching this on YouTube, wait till the end or go find him and subscribe. He likes that. He does.
I do like that.
Now
someone has been giving me a thumbs down, and I don't know who's been doing this. I think someone subscribed. No, you would have to watch it in order to do that.
Oh, fuck you.
I think someone has subscribed just to always give me a thumbs down because I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know why they do that. But I'm like, hey, it's all good. And I will, I try to always at the end of every episode, I try to put the previous Frakkin Nerds.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I try to do that as well. So
excellent.
Start doing that.
Joshua, hi. Welcome to the show. How can they learn more about you?
It's easy, man. If you want to see me, like, tweet gifs of me licking my lips and
oh my god, he does it every fucking week.
You can follow me on Twitter at Green-Eyed Bebop. And if you want to see me post random video games that I buy that I'll probably never play or pictures and stuff like that, you can follow me on Instagram at Green-Eyed Bebop. And come Sunday, if you want to see me be happy as shit if Tom Brady wins, you should pay attention, and that's about it.
So with that lips thing, is that like, are you trying to talk to somebody? And it's just
no. Somebody that posts something, and I'll just be like, yeah, like I'm not trying to.
Okay. So you
I don't want to be intentionally a creep. So inadvertently. So
but
whenever
the person, like, do you follow this person? And
they follow me, but I don't.
Okay, so they can see it. It's not like, but you're not posting that.
Yeah, I'm not directly putting them, but I doubt they know what the fuck is going on because I make sure I post it like 35 minutes after what they post.
But I always find it. I was like, God, there it is again.
Every time I do it, I'm like, I wonder what Doc's gonna do now.
I stop responding to it because it's so off often that I was just like, But I do. I see it. I go, there it is again.
I'm pretty sure if you know what I was doing it to, you'd be licking your lips too.
Well, then you gotta send me on a DM so I know what you're licking your lips.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in person.
Okay, excellent. And then also you can find Frakkin Nerds on YouTube. You can find us on any of your podcasting places to look us up, listen to us on Spreaker, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Parler. No, we're not on Parler.
It's coming back on Monday.
What's that?
I said it's coming back on Monday.
Oh, is it? But yeah, a lot of pretty much anything you do. If you want to follow me on Twitter and just see me just watching Joshua and waiting for him to post something so I can post an animated GIF, that's usually what I do. Otherwise, now he is coming back at me and I'll post something and be like, "Hey, you gotta fucking do this."
I was gonna do something to you recently, but I was like, I don't feel like doing that.
You can't follow Joshua and not follow Doc.
You
have to follow them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the problem that I have is Joshua will respond to something and then I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's responding to. So I then have to go back to mine, figure out where it's like I wish Twitter be like, this is what he's responding to. So I'm like, oh, I get the reference now. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's putting up there because I don't know if he's responding to something I had posted upon him or if he's responding to something I have posted myself. But that is the world we live in. So, yes, if you want to follow us on all those things, go follow us. Also,
2021, the return of the back row hecklers, right, class?
Oh, yeah, sure.
But class, did you see New Japan's going to get a deal with Roku?
No, I didn't see that.
So they're going to be getting their own channel so you can watch it if you do watch. You used to watch.
I used to. I can't.
Ask him who the current New Japan Pro Wrestling champion is.
Who is the New Japan current wrestler?
Is it Kota Ibushi?
Yes. Hey, got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
He's the double champ.
I kind of keep up a little bit here and there.
All right.
Now I get used to. Oof.
Maybe in 2021 the back row hecklers will come back strong as ever.
I'll be the producer for it. Like I said,
I tell you, if class is in charge of it, the show will actually get on the air as soon as possible, not 3 weeks later, as other producers have done. So give them props for that. So for Joshua Carabello, all the way over on the East Coast, Mr. Class, who is always craving that hunt, this is Doc Martin saying, have a fracking good week.